Hi everyone, good morning and welcome to IELTS Speaking Eloquence. This is me, 𝗁𝗲𝐿 from Neethus Academy. So I'm back with another part 2 and part 3 discussion for you guys along with the sample answers. So yes, how are you all doing? I hope all of you are having a really good time. Your preparation is going well and you're having a properly organized and strategized preparation too. So yes, so today we'll be looking into, as you already know, we'll be looking into part 2. I'll show you a cue card and then I'll give you some time to prepare it and I'll show you a sample answer. Okay, so you can see the organization, the grammatical structures I have used, the vocabulary, the sentence construction. So you'll get to know some details about that. Okay, after that I have prepared couple of opinion-based questions for the part 3 along with the sample answers. Okay, so before we get into the discussion, let's talk about how to get a high band score for your part 2 and part 3. This is very, very important, because you need to know about the things that you have to be careful about when you speak in order to get a very good score. So first thing, let's start with part 2. Okay, so when you're dealing with part 2, the cue card part, you need to make sure that you have a proper structure for your response, which means you need to start with a proper introduction. So what I'm trying to say is you need to start with a brief introduction to the topic. So whatever is the topic, like describe an event, so whatever the topic is, make sure that you start with the main topic there. Okay, give a very beautiful direction into the main topic. So you need to give a topic statement. After that you have to dive into the sub questions, and then when you're explaining the sub questions, make sure that you have a proper content there. So you need to develop your ideas using the prompts which is given on the card. You have to include details, examples and things like that. And then when you're concluding it, you need to conclude by summarizing your point. So you need to indicate that yes, this is coming to an end. Okay, so this is a basic structure of your response. Then you have to be very careful about your fluency and your coherence. You know that this is one of the criteria. So you have to make sure that you speak continuously for the full 1 to 2 minutes, and you have to organize your ideas logically. Yes, it has to be properly connected. It shouldn't be something like you're beating around the bush. It should be actually having a proper idea, a proper flow of conversation there, and you can organize it and connect it using linking verbs like in addition, firstly, or if you are structuring something, you can use words like firstly, after that, later. So all these points can be properly said and used. And if you're talking about a time and you want to describe the different time frames, make sure that you use certain phrases. So if you're a person who have been watching my live sessions for the past couple of months, you would know that whenever I describe time, or if I have to talk about an event, I'll actually use some phrases like as the day progressed. So which I'm trying to say is later in that day, or I'll use this phrase like later that day. So make sure you have these clarity or these phrases which shows that the thing is progressing or there is a continuity part. So make sure that you have a clarity in that part too. Another point you have to be careful about while doing a part 2 is your lexical resource. You guys know that, isn't it? So make sure you use a wide range of vocabulary related to the topic. And when it comes to this, I'm not asking you to just bombard your presentation with a lot of vocabulary. Okay, so we don't need a lot. We just need to show that you can naturally speak in a very proficient way. So make sure you use some less common words and phrases when appropriate, not all the time, but ensure that they are used correctly. Okay, you need to know the context very carefully. So that is one point that you have to be careful about. Then fourth point I need to talk to you about is the grammar and the accuracy part. So grammatical range and accuracy. Make sure you use a variety of sentences which includes structures, complex and compound sentences. Then you need to also ensure that your grammatical accuracy is correct, especially your tenses, your articles, your prepositions. All those things has to be proper. Okay, so make sure you are paying more attention into that part. And I also need to talk to you regarding the pronunciation part. Okay, so make sure you're speaking very clearly, you're pronouncing the words very clearly. So you need to have a natural pace, you need to use intonation and stress to emphasize the key points, and you need to have a clear cut understanding about how you would be pronouncing certain difficult words before the examination. So while you're preparing for the examination, make sure that you have a list of common words that you can use, and you need to know the correct pronunciation of these words as well, so we can avoid the mispronunciations, right? So make sure that you know that. Okay, now let's look into the part 3 part, the discussion. The first thing you have to keep in mind is to develop your ideas fully. Okay, so you need to give extended responses by explaining your points in detail. That is the whole idea of that part, right? So you need to provide reasons like why you selected that opinion. You can support it with an example or implications to support your answer. Okay, then you need to have critical thinking. That is very important when it comes to part 3. You need to express your opinions clearly. Okay, and you need to back them up with reasoning as well. Okay, that's the one which I told you. So whatever your opinion is, you need to say this is my opinion, or in my opinion this is the point, and why you said that. So you need to back it. Okay, back them up with whatever strong reasons you have. Okay, you also need to consider different perspectives and discuss the advantages and disadvantages of each depending on the question that you get. So make sure you have a proper critical thinking in that aspect. Another thing is you need to be having a proper interactive communication. I'm not asking that this is going to be a two-way communication process, but still you need to respond accurately to the question asked by the examiner. Do not beat around the bush. Okay, so you need to be very crisp and direct, and you need to be very flexible with your language. That is very, very important. So this can be something considered to your lexical resource, but you need to show the ability to discuss abstract ideas and hypothetical situations. That is the main thing you have to keep in mind. Okay, and you can use conditional sentences, modal verbs, and other advanced grammatical structures as well. Okay, then always remember, you need to stay calm and be confident while you're doing any of this test. Okay, especially when you're speaking to a person, it is important that you're staying calm and confident. It's quite natural that you feel nervous. I totally understand that, but you need to stay calm and confident there. Don't rush into your answers. Take a moment to think if your answer is correct, or if the point that you're going to say is necessary or not. You need to have an idea about it. And if you don't understand the question, please make sure that you politely ask the examiner to repeat that question to you. Okay, so these are a couple of things that you need to keep in mind while you're doing your part 2 and part 3. So I hope that you got a clear understanding about what is expected from you during the examination and what you need to deliver. Okay, so having said that, let's start with the live session. First, as I told you, I'll show you the card, and you'll have 1 minute time to go through it, and then we will look into the sample answer. Okay, so over to the screen. Alright everyone, so I hope you got enough time to go through the card and you understood the context very carefully and very clearly as well. So I hope you got an idea about what could be the point that you're going to elaborate in this particular point, this particular topic. So let's read the question together, okay? So you have to describe a memorable festival or celebration you have attended, and you have some questions here. When and where did the festival take place? What was the festival or celebration about? Who were you with, and what made this festival or celebration memorable for you? Okay, so these are the points that you need to talk about. So make sure you have a topic statement, you have a proper introduction for this particular topic, which is a memorable festival or a celebration. So you can either give a brief introduction about a festival, or you can even directly start with your answer by saying, so one of the memorable festivals. That is also fine. But make sure you have a topic statement. Okay, you do not have to start like, thank you for giving me this opportunity to talk about a memorable experience. No. We don't need this. Okay, what you can do is, you can simply give a direct explanation about the context. Okay, what is this topic? And you can just start with the direct points. Okay, so the first point is you need to explain when and where did the festival take place. So you have to give a time frame, like when, at what time as in, maybe it will be an year or maybe of season, so something like that. And where, okay, you need a place as well. Second thing is what festival or celebration it was. Third thing, who were you with? Okay, and lastly, why this is memorable for you. So these are the 4 points you need to expand. So let's start with the sample answer. Okay, so this is the beginning that I have chosen. So let's read it together line by line and get to understand it very clearly. Okay, so let's look into the first statement. You'll be able to see your sample answer right now. Yeah. So I started by saying one of the most memorable festivals I have attended was the Diwali celebration in my hometown a few years ago. So here I just answered 2 points. So my main topic is most memorable festivals or celebrations. So I just mentioned I'm going to talk about a festival. And the point was, what festival was it? So it is a Diwali celebration. And I also explained where it was, I combined it, and I mentioned when it was. So you can see in my first statement itself, I'm giving a clear-cut understanding about the topic. I'm giving more depth about my topic. Okay, so that's how I started, one of the most memorable. So why did I start like that? Because my topic is describe a memorable. So you can just start like this too. One of the most memorable festivals I have attended. Look at the grammar. Past tense. Okay, this is the past tense question. They're asking you about something that happened in the past, which you have already attended to. So you have to be very careful about this tense there too. So I have attended was the Diwali celebration in my hometown a few years ago. Diwali, also known as the Festival of Lights, so I'm just giving more details about the festival. It's a significant Hindu festival celebrated with great enthusiasm and fervor across India and other parts of the world. Okay, so I just gave a brief introduction to the festival, which is Diwali, and I'm pretty sure you guys will know that. This is something that we studied in our schools, right? Like way old. Okay, so the festival typically takes place in October. So I'm giving more precision about the time. That is one of my sub questions. So it takes place in October or November, depending on the lunar calendar. Okay, so I just explained about the time. My question was when. Okay, this was the question. So I just expanded that point very clearly there. Now let's look into the next point. I attended the Diwali celebration with my family and friends in our neighborhood. So I'm answering the question, who were you with? So I'm saying, I attended. Okay, so the reason why we are just explaining that in the second portion is because just a continuation to the next point. We are progressing to each sub points. So you can say, I attended the Diwali celebration. So if you want, you can use celebrated. I celebrated this Diwali celebration, or I celebrated Diwali with my family and friends. The reason why I told you to do that is because you can see I have already used attended here, so I don't have to repeat it here too. Okay, so instead what can I do? I can use any synonyms, which can be I celebrated, or you can even use a phrase like I was with my family and my friends during that day. That is also fine because it is conveying the meaning. The entire community came together to decorate their homes with colorful lights, intricate Rangoli designs. Intricate means complicated, but very neat and precise, and vibrant decorations. The air was filled with the aroma of delicious sweets and savory snacks being prepared in every household. So I'm just giving a picture. Okay, I'm just giving an image of what was that day, how was that day. So I'm just detailing every single point that I remember about that day. Okay, so that is how you can just elaborate these points. So I hope it is clear to you guys. So please take a look at these points and see how I'm expanding each sub questions I have in my cue card. Okay, that is the easiest way you can follow. Just answer the questions one by one. So you will be covering everything. You will have a proper structure for your response. You will be detailing every point. You will have a proper use of the grammatical structures. So make sure you're answering each sub question in a properly organized way. So now let's see more details regarding this. Now I'm going to talk about what made this Diwali celebration truly memorable. Okay, so I'm going to say what made this Diwali celebration truly memorable, and you see how I start this. What made this Diwali celebration truly memorable for me. So let me take you back to the cue card just for a second. This is my question here. What made this festival or celebration memorable for you? So what am I trying to do here? I just use the same format to expand that in my speaking. Okay, while I'm giving the presentation, what I just did is I just expanded this point. What made this festival memorable for you? So let me take you back to the explanation, the sample answer. This is here. So I just started by saying what made this Diwali celebration truly memorable for me was the sense of unity and joy that permeated the atmosphere. People from all walks of life, regardless of their religious or cultural background, came together to celebrate the triumph of light over darkness and good over evil. So this is the idea or the mythology behind the Diwali celebration. So yes, you can explain that point. There were fireworks lighting up the night sky, laughter echoing through the streets, and music and dance performances adding to the festive spirit. This is a good structure, adding to the festive spirit, which means it made it more lively. Okay, so I'm just saying it adding. So if you have to speak about few things or few elements which contributed to an event or which contributed to something to take place, you can use this one. Adding to. It added to, it adds. So you can change this word according to the context, according to the flexibility, and then you can use this one. So the meaning is it contributed to. Okay, and let's look at this last dialogue or the last conversation part there. So as we exchanged sweets and greetings with our neighbors, I felt a deep sense of belonging and community. It was a celebration of togetherness, love, and hope, reminding me of the importance of unity and solidarity in times of joy and adversity. So this is something extra that I gave. So by this, I'll finish it. And this is the point which I call conclusion part. So I'm indicating that I have come to the end. I'm going to conclude it. So I'm giving that idea, right? So this is the point that I was talking to you. So you need to make sure once you finish expanding each sub question, you have to indicate that you have come to an end by giving a conclusion, something like this. So whoever is listening to you will understand, okay, you have reached the end. You have finished explaining the point. So this is the best thing to do. Always indicate that you have reached the end. Okay, so this is the sample answer for this question. I hope it is clear. So there are a lot of good grammatical structures, a lot of good vocabulary that I have used in this particular sample answer. So please make sure that you have understood every point, and please note it down. And I would highly recommend this. I know this is the same thing that I tell you all the time, because this is something that I want everyone to understand. This is important. And whenever you learn a new word, whenever you hear a new idea, please make sure that you note it down, you understand the context, and you try to know about the different contexts that you can use it with, the different sentences, different ways of using it, and then be very flexible with it. You need to know where to use it, when to use it, and how to use it. This is very, very important. I have seen a lot of students, they will be very fond of learning vocabulary. They show this intrigued part to know about these points. But what happens is, they will learn the word, they will learn the meaning, but they have zero knowledge about how to use it and when to use it. So they will end up using it in the wrong context, and if it is used in the wrong context, it is going to backfire. It's not going to give the result that you expected you would get. So make sure whatever you come across, you know the different contexts, the different sentences that you can put into use, the different ways. So after that, when you're very flexible about it, try to use it in your one-to-one conversations, try to make it a part of you, and be very natural with it. That word should come to you automatically. It should not sound like you're putting that effort to talk or putting that effort to say or use that word. Okay, it should be very natural, it should blend in. Okay, so make sure you work on that. Okay, yes, so having said that, let's move into the part 3. So I'll show you each question, and I'll give you a few seconds to think about what could possibly be the answers that you can expand here, or the points that you can expand. But remember, when you go for the examination, you don't have this preparation time, but this time is considered as a practice part. So let's think about the ideas. Let's kind of like brainstorm some ideas and discuss it together. Yes, again, I'll be showing you the sample answer as well. Okay, so let me take you through that. So first question is this one. You'll be able to see the first question, and remember, I'll give you a few seconds time, maybe 45 seconds or something like that. And you need to think about, okay, if this is the question, what all things I can talk about. So this is actually like you are thinking about it, you're going out of, you're going out of the box, you're coming up with new ideas. So you will remember this next time when you come across a similar question. Okay, so this is the question. In your opinion, what is the significance of festivals like Diwali in promoting cultural unity and harmony? So I'll give you a few seconds. Please think about it, and then I'll very quickly show you the sample answer. Okay, so let's look at the sample answer here. This is the sample answer. Okay, so let's see that. Okay, so festivals like Diwali play a crucial role in promoting cultural unity and harmony by bringing people together irrespective of their differences. They provide an opportunity for communities to celebrate shared values, traditions, and beliefs fostering a sense of belonging and mutual respect among individuals from diverse backgrounds. So this is the point that I have explained. So let's club it with a question. So what is the significance of festivals like Diwali in promoting cultural unity and harmony? So I have to explain the significance of festivals like Diwali in what? In promoting cultural unity and harmony. So I'm saying festivals like Diwali play a crucial role. So significance, okay, means something like the importance, or why is it important, or what is the importance of the festivals like Diwali. That is another context there. So I can use the word crucial. So I'm saying it plays a crucial role, it plays a vital role, okay, in promoting cultural unity and harmony. So I have just used the same thing, and now I'm going to say how. So by means I'm going to start by explaining like how it helps. So by bringing people together irrespective of their differences, so everyone will be together. So we are talking about a unity and harmony, okay. So everyone will be together irrespective of their differences. They won't have these distinctions between them. They provide an opportunity, which means the festivals like Diwali, they provide an opportunities for communities, different communities, to celebrate shared values, traditions and beliefs. And when they have this thing, definitely it will help to foster a sense of belonging and mutual respect. That is an important point. You can use sense of belonging, mutual respect among individuals from diverse backgrounds. Okay, so this is an expansion that you can give here for this particular question. I hope it is clear to you guys. So basically, when the question is about unity and harmony, you can talk about different communities coming together. They are respecting each other's decisions, each other's customs and beliefs and values, and they are sharing the tradition. So this thing actually develops into a sense of belonging. So this is a point that you can always remember and try to use it in all the contexts where they ask about the unity and harmony between different communities. Okay, so I hope that is clear to you guys. So now let's look at this second question that I have prepared for you. So this is your question. You'll be able to see that right now. How do you think festivals contribute to the local economy and tourism? How do you think festivals contribute to the local economy and tourism? This is the point you have to expand. So I'll give you a few seconds like I did give for the last part. So did give for the last part. So make sure that you think about some points that you can expand here, and then I'll show you the sample answer. Alright, so I hope you got an idea about this. So let me show you the sample answer and let's read that together. So my question is about different festivals. Okay, so I'm going to start by saying festivals. That is the point that I'm going to expand, right? So I'm going to start with festivals often or all the time or always attract tourists and visitors from far and wide. So usually we try to say that these tourists, they come from across the world, across the globe, or worldwide. This is a common terminology that we have seen and used to denote this particular meaning. So you can try to use this one, which is different, far and wide. It's nicer, right? So you can use this. So festivals often attract tourists and visitors from far and wide, stimulating, which means stimulating local economies through increased spending on accommodation. Stimulating means it promotes, that is the meaning here, or it kind of like makes it more lively or makes it more prosperous. That is the meaning here. Okay, local economies through increased spending, because when visitors come, we'll have accommodations, food, souvenirs, and entertainment. This also helps with employment too. Okay, then additionally, so I'm just giving more points. I've used the word additionally to connect it. Additionally, festivals showcase the unique cultural heritage and traditions of a region, attracting cultural enthusiasts and promoting tourism, which in turn supports local businesses and artisans. That is also one point. You can talk about employment, okay, because when it is attracted, when this is seasonal time, it gives employment to a lot of people. That is also one point that you can add here. So these are all the different points that you can talk about to explain how it is going to impact the local economy and the tourism. Okay, one thing would be for the culture, one thing could be for the economy, like how you can get more money from it, how the local businesses will bloom, and things like that. So these are the extra points that you can use, like for accommodations when there are more tourists, food, transportation, souvenir, entertainment, all these points can be added. Okay, these are all additional points. Okay, so I hope you got an idea about how we can expand this one. Now let's look at the third question. So the third question is this: do you believe traditional festivals should adapt to modern times? Why or why not? So do you believe traditional festivals should adapt to modern times? You understood the question, right? So do you think, or what is your opinion in this part? Is it necessary that the traditional festivals should adapt to the modern times because the technology has advanced and everything is very fast paced? So do we have to change or make some adaptations to the traditional festivals we have, or do we need to stick on to it? So you have options like why or why not. So you need to give one option, like an answer, and then you have to give a supporting statement why you said that one. Okay, so I'll give you a few seconds. Please think about it. Please think about the supporting statements too. Okay, so let's look at the sample answer here. While preserving the core traditions and values of traditional festivals is important, adapting to modern times can help ensure their relevance and appeal to contemporary audiences. So incorporating elements of technology, sustainability, and inclusivity can enhance the overall festival experience and attract younger generations while still honoring the cultural significance and roots of the celebration. So yes, I'm pretty sure most of you will have the same opinion, isn't it? We do need to adapt to the modern times, but without tampering the cultural significance or the roots of the celebration. Okay, that is significant here. So make sure you can come up with a proper explanation, but you need to have a proper supporting statement for that. So I'm going to say like this: while preserving the core traditions and values of traditional festivals is important, adapting to modern times is also important. Why? Because that can help ensure the relevance and appeal to contemporary audiences, because people are changing. So if it is not getting or reaching different people in the modern society too, it will not, be prevailed in the next generation. So you need to make sure that it is getting adapted to the modern times, but you need to make sure its authenticity is not lost. So incorporating elements of technology and sustainability and inclusivity can enhance the overall festival experience and attract younger generations while still honoring the cultural significance and roots for the celebration. Okay, so this is the basic sample answer that you can use in this particular context. Okay, so now let's look at the last question. How can festivals contribute to fostering a sense of community and social cohesion? How can festivals contribute to fostering a sense of community and social cohesion? So as usual, I'll give you a few seconds. Please think about it, and then I'll show you the sample answer. Alright, so let's look at the sample answer here. Festivals provide a platform for people to come together, connect, and celebrate common cultural heritage and values. By participating in communal activities, sharing meals, and engaging in festive rituals, individuals develop a sense of belonging and solidarity within their community. Festivals also offer opportunities for intergenerational bonding, as families pass down traditions and stories from one generation to the next, strengthening social ties and cohesion. Okay, so this is a very beautifully organized answer. You can see the beautiful sentence constructions I have used there. Festivals, it provide a platform for people to come together, connect, and celebrate. So people to come together, connect, and celebrate common cultural heritage and values. So by participating in communal activities, that means when everyone is together to celebrate a community point, sharing meals and engaging in festive rituals, individuals develop a sense of belonging and solidarity within their community. Festivals also offer opportunities for intergenerational bonding. That's a good word. Passed down from generation. So yes, it gives an opportunity for intergenerational bonding. How? As families pass down traditions and stories from one generation to the next. So this will help to strengthen social ties and cohesion. So this is how you can give an explanation there. Okay, so I hope it is clear to you guys, and you guys got an idea about how these questions can be expanded with the help of the sample answers. Okay, so make sure you pay more attention to these types of questions, because the ones which I pick for the exam, for the live sessions, are the ones which have more chances to be asked for the examination, or the common trends that we have seen asked for the examination. So make sure that you are ready with certain answers like these. You have an idea, because when whenever we do the speaking, it is important that we do not run out of ideas. We need to be very fluent and spontaneous. It should not sound like that you're blank and you don't know what you can talk about. So you always need to have certain ideas about, if this is my topic, this is what I'm going to expand. I'm not asking you to memorize anything, but you need to have ideas. You should not run out of ideas. Okay, so I hope this live session helped you with that. So make sure whatever you learned today, whatever points that you have noted, keep that, research more about it, try to put that into use in different sentences and context, and make it a part of you. Make it very flexible for you. Okay, and the next time I'll be coming back with another part 2 and part 3 discussion for you guys. Until then, have a great day and take care.